Hi guys, welcome back to Lost in My Welcome back to Lost in My Library. My name is Kate. Today I am doing a tag. I am doing the mid-year book freakout tag. This was created originally by Earl Grey. I forgot who all originally created this. This has been a tag that's been going around for a very long time. Everybody does it every year. So I'm doing my 2026. I haven't read a lot this year. That's an understatement. um, so I guess let's just get into it. I've started a lot of things, but haven't finished more things this year. So let's just start talking. What is the best book you've read so far? I think it might have to be Game Changer. I think it has to be Game Changer by Rachel Reed because this series is about to become my entire personality. I loved Game Changer. I didn't know how much getting into this was gonna like. I was gonna like this book, but I loved it. Love the banter. I love the sex scenes. I just everything about this book. I love the story. Was I'm so ready to read Heated Rivalry. Coming up soon, hopefully. What has been your favorite sequel? I I don't think I've read a sequel this year, like finished a sequel this year. I'm currently reading Words of Radiance, so that has been like I think technically the only sequel I've read so far is The Walking Dead. Um Last comic or comic spoilers. Spoilers for the Walking Dead comics, by the way. But it's been out since like let's see, when did this come out? 2019. So I feel pretty safe spoiling this. Not in the TV show, but the comics. Rick dies. So I've read this like commemorative like class comic for Rick. But Rick dies in the comics, and I read the his like final comic. I guess that's the best sequel I've read this year. Technically, finished this year. Is there a new release you haven't read yet, but are really excited to? Um, I'm I don't know. I'm kind of looking around. I have some book of the month stuff that I've been excited. I have a new release that's coming today. That I think it's supposed to be coming today. That I'm really excited about. But I think that's coming up. A question. That's the next question. So I guess we're mashing the two together, which is what is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year? And that is um, A Darker Shore, a Six of Crows novella. I'm very excited about this. I'm hoping picking this up will get me back into reading more. So hoping. I think it's supposed to be coming in today because I think it got released today and I pre ordered it, so it should possibly be here. I got shipping information about it, so I think it should be here today. And I kind of want to just drop everything and read it. I might. Just might. Um, what is your biggest disappointment so far? Um, I I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I've really read anything uh disappointing. I've read I guess the worst book I've read this year was That's Not Her. But like I still gave that 3 stars. So, I know. That was a weird one. Like, who ended up being the suspects that was all weird. It's the whole book was a little bit strange. It threw everybody, literally everybody, under the bus. Uh, I don't. So I guess that was my most disappointing. But I didn't have like I never read from the author before or anything, so I didn't have the like highest of expectations that this book was gonna blow me away. Um, so I don't know. I guess I don't really have a disappointment. Biggest surprise. I think my biggest surprise was how much I loved Game Changer. I loved Game Changer. Think that was my biggest surprise was how much that just became my entire personality after reading it. I love it so much. Scott and Kip. I guess that was my biggest surprise because look, everybody talks about book two. Everybody talks about Shane and Elia, and so I was like, okay, well, I guess book one's not gonna be that good if everybody only ever talks about Shane and Elia. But I read it, I was like, wait, they really like Kip and Scott. I really like them. Why, why does nobody talk, why do they start with, I mean, obviously this is, like, the biggest fan fiction, like, it's Sid and Ovi fan fiction, essentially. So, what made you cry? I will tell you what made you cry, and that is in Not Quite Dead Yet, specifically the letter to Reggie, um, and to, um, oh my god, I'm forgetting his name, the love interest, blank. Um, it's been a hot minute since I've finished Not Quite Dead Yet. But specifically, I'm remembering the dog's name. Specifically the dog, where she's like her death letter to her dog was like, I want to answer something for you. Who's the goodest boy? And I just started sobbing. And I'm still like, oh my god. And then the next, it's followed up by probably the funniest thing, like 180 I've read, and that was her letter to her sister-in-law. And that made me sob. And then her letter to the love interest of the book also made me sob. And that book that book made me cry a few times. But like that letter to her dog really like hit me. What made me happy? Um, Scott and Kip. Uh, they made me happy. They made me very, very happy a lot. I really enjoyed that book. Um, just like the ending where Scott had won the cup and they kissed on the ice in celebration. It was really cute. We're in the penalty box. Um, what books do you want to read by the end of the year? I guess what books do I want to finish by the end of the year? I want to finish Words of Radiance. I want to finish The Will of Many. Um, I would like to get caught up on Rick Riordan. Um, I'd like to finish Tress of the Emerald Sea. I have so many. I have like a whole bookshelf over there that I'm just like, I need to finish that. A lot of those. World War Z, I'd like to get to. I'd like to finish the Starsight series. Actually, I don't know if that's finished, but I want to get caught up on Starsight series. But yeah, I'm like tearing up seriously because that letter, it it made me, oh my god, it was so good. But I really enjoyed that book, and that would be my top book that I've read if I had not read Game Changer. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Go be a good cabbage today. Do something kind for someone, even if that is for yourself, because self-care is important. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.